Another edition of the Portes Nation live at night. I think we're on the air tonight and on time. Maybe. It's not a guarantee, but it certainly seems like that. Hi, I'm Alex. Who are you? Thanks for joining us. The Portes Nation live at night on a Friday evening. I'm Alex Parra. Now you can see me. Beside me, the lovely and talented Norma Morales. Norma, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, Alex. How about yourself?
I'm already hyped up, Norma. I've had a couple of drinks, and you are just relaxed and mellow. What are you on this evening? No.
Nothing. Obviously, I need to get on whatever you're on.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
I'm excited because it's the last show of the night, Norma, and I'm like, we're away from freedom. What does freedom mean? I just turn the lights off and I stay in this room. That's the freedom for me. Norma, happy Friday, happy long week. How are you doing? You're hanging in there? Oh, you got another shirt, by the way, Norma. What is this?
I do.
Saint Bernard's?
No.
What does that say, Norma?
Saint Edward's.
Saint Edward's, and you have a goat head.
And it's a goat. Remember, we talked about this last night.
We did talk about this. The mascot. What's the mascot for Saint Edward's, Norma?
Topper.
Topper the cow. The elf.
Topper the goat.
The goat. The elf goat.
goat.
Is it a big goat or a baby goat? It's just the goat. Norma, 1885. Is that the year you graduated?
No, that's it. That's the year that I got accepted. I was one of the first female that got accepted at St. Edward's.
The first female, yeah. Well, well, the first female that went on not to be a nun, right? Because apparently...
Exactly. Right.
Let me ask you, Norma, as a good Catholic, did you ever consider, I was going to say the priesthood, did you ever consider the convent? No? That wasn't in the cards for Norma Morales.
That wasn't, no. How about you, Al? Was that part of something on your list?
I was an altar boy, Norma, but no, I never really thought about the priesthood. Actually, a few years already married, I think once I did speak to a priest, believe it or not, and he said there were openings for deacons. So, deacons can be married. So maybe he was trying to recruit me. I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see if you would be a deacon now, like how would your life be? Would it be the same? And I don't know, I just can't see you as a deacon.
Yeah, I can't either, Norma, to be honest with you. Wow. Well, I see myself more as a nun than a deacon, to be honest with you. I'm sure I'm offending somebody this evening, Norma, with those comments. Norma, let's make sure people are watching. We've got a really good show, finally. For once this week, we've got the best show I think we're ever going to have. So we want to make sure people tune in. So I'm going to do my best to go there. Norma, they keep changing this on me, so I have no idea how to do this. They keep messing with me, and the thing comes up, and then the other thing comes up, and then I don't even know how to share. I'm offending somebody so this evening. I'm going to try to share those comments. Norma, let's share. Let's make sure people are watching. We've got a really good show, finally. For once this week, we've got the best show I think ever. And I'm hearing myself. So a miserable fail to start off the show. Norma, save me from myself. What's on your mind this evening first, before we get going with the official program, Norma?
What's on my mind?
Yeah, the goats, apparently. St. Edward's. Any St. Edward's fans? Any St. Edward's fans watching, Norma?
Oh, I'm sure. There's a lot watching. I know, Alex. Come on.
Why St. Edward's, Norma? Was that a special place to you? And is that the only place that accepted you, or was there more to it than that?
St. Edward's, it was a Catholic school, of course. And it's just a beautiful school. It's one of the top schools, Alex. I mean, it's expensive as hell. Okay. It's expensive, but I don't know. I just loved it. I loved the atmosphere. I love that the classes, it's a lot smaller. It's not like these huge auditoriums.
True.
Now that's when I was going to school back then, but I love the vibe. Yeah, I mean, I just saw myself going to St. Ed, so.
So you're a proud mountain goat. You're a proud mountain goat. That's just the goat.
Yeah, I'm a proud goat. Yeah,
You're a proud
I
goat.
guess
Well,
you could say that.
we're proud of you being a goat, Norma. I think
Yeah.
now that I think about it, it makes perfect sense. Norma
Yeah.
from St. Edward's University, and let's see, Mamia Mo Morales says hi. I don't know who that is. Is that a joke, Norma, that I should know about?
No,
It's an in joke. All right. Well,
it's an in joke.
should we reply? Maybe not. We'll just pretend that one didn't happen. At least someone's watching, Norma. The ratings are not
Yeah.
disappearing yet this Friday evening.
Yeah.
Norma, a lot to talk about. We'll start with a little bit of sports news related to what? To colleges and universities, speaking of St. Edward's, that are apparently adjusting their sports calendar. We talked about all of these, but Morehouse College in Georgia has already said finito, nothing. They're canceling their entire 2020 sports season. The Ivy League universities earlier this week announced, you know what, we're not going to have fall 2020 sports at all. No participation. And I probably could get into an Ivy League school easier than St. Edward's. I know they don't want me over there. Yesterday, the Big Ten universities announced that we're only going to have conference games. And today, just a few minutes ago, or earlier today, the Pac-12 universities announced that they would only be playing conference games. So, Norma, what does this tell us? This tells us that as all this COVID situation evolves, I'm calling it a situation, all of us are having to adjust, adapt, and Norma, they're saying if we play football, we will only do this. It's still a big if, and I think that's the biggest concern. Does St. Edward's, by the way, have a football team, Norma?
I don't think so.
Yeah. They have a football team, but not a football team.
Which I think they are taking away the men's soccer program. Don't quote me on it.
Okay.
That's what I had heard.
Uh-oh.
But not the women's one. So yeah, I mean,
Because the goats were getting trashed, so they just said, done.
Alex,
Yes, ma'am.
you're such a hater again today. Jeez.
Norma, I'm sorry.
But Alex, it's like day to day, right? So they may say, and it may change. Let's say things do get better, maybe they'll change it again. It's something that we have to take it day by day and see what they say. I mean, I don't think it's written in stone, but again, then it could change to where they don't have it at all.
Sure.
So we don't know. We just have to. I think in everyone's situation right now with COVID, we have to take it day by day and see what happens. That's the reality of it right now.
Yeah. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, thank you, and send us a quick shout out, at least that we know you're there. Lucy says hello, and I think that's a clap. I'll have to put my glasses on. By the way, I haven't said hello to Miss Producer. Miss Producer, how are you doing tonight? Give me a thumbs up so people know you actually exist. There you go. Actually, it's this hand. I just kind of put it behind the thing. Miss Producer, keep us honest, because in a few minutes, we're going to be talking about young person stuff, at least. Young person stuff.
I'm considered in that category, Alex. Come on.
Okay, if you say so, Norma. Yes. 1885 says your shirt. That speaks for itself, Norma. So, Lucy, thank you. The rest of you that are joining us, thank you. We really, really do appreciate it. And Norma, let's start with a little bit of controversy. I like a little bit of controversy. Yesterday, the CEO of Goya Foods, Norma, visited the White House. An invitation extended by President Trump. Robert Unanue is the gentleman's name. And he said a few words that apparently have caused a commotion throughout the country. And now many people are calling for a boycott of Goya Foods. First of all, let's listen to Robert Unanue speaking yesterday at the White House. Here he is.
We're all truly blessed at the same time to have a leader like President Trump, who is a builder. And that's what my grandfather did. He came to this country to build, to grow, to prosper. And so we have an incredible builder, and we pray. We pray for our leadership, our president, and we pray for our country that we will continue to prosper and to grow. Today, I have an announcement to make that.
So that really is the gist of his comments. The CEO of Goya Foods praising President Trump, Norma, and apparently that caused a firestorm and the call for the boycotting of Goya foods. And I can safely say, if you're Latino in the United States, you've had Goya foods one way or another. Am I right, Norma?
Yeah, pretty much.
We've all had the products, maybe not even directly, but certainly through restaurants and other places. So it really is an interesting call by some people to boycott Goya foods because of the comments of the CEO praising President Trump, because President Trump had racist, insensitive comments towards Mexicans when he kicked off his campaign. If I understand it, Norma, that's the cycle we're in. Before I give you my opinion, Norma, what are your thoughts on boycotting Goya foods?
Oh, Alex, I mean, the thing is, and a lot of celebrities also that I saw on Twitter are really, really upset in regards to this.
They are.
You know, I don't know if you know. Yeah, you know, Chrissy Teigen was one.
I don't know who that is, but I'm sure she's famous.
You know John Lennon?
John Lennon?
Not John.
I do not.
Yeah, the singer. Am I
John
saying
Lennon.
his name wrong?
What did you say?
Legend's wife.
John Legend's
John
wife,
Legend's
Norma. I just
John
found out.
Legend's,
Yes,
sorry,
yes.
John Legend's
Thank you,
wife.
Ms.
I don't know why I said
Producer,
Lennon.
for finally contributing to the show.
John Legend. I don't know why I said Lennon.
That's
but,
okay.
And then, you know, there's a lot of people that are really upset in regards to it and are trying to get people to boycott. You know, and the thing is, Alex, yeah, I mean, they're saying pretty much like, why do you support someone who basically said they're building a wall?
Sure.
That have children pretty much in jail behind these fences and they're not being taken care of.
Let me ask you, for the sake of the conversation, Norma, I did not hear Robert Unanue say any of those things. By association, then it's assumed that he supports everything President Trump says and does, and because of that, they should be boycotted. That's where I'm having the disconnect, Norma. That's where I'm having my doubt. If this gentleman had explicitly come out and said X and Y about Mexicans or Latinos, then I get it. I get it. I understand it. I don't believe this gentleman has said that. I believe he showed his support. Maybe, I'm going to say this honestly, kissing a little you-know-what, Norma, at the White House so that the president could look at him and he could keep maybe giving some government contracts. I don't know the dealings of Goya Foods. He's being a good businessman and a politician. Is that sufficient to cause a boycott? My point is this, Norma, from my perspective, and I didn't let you finish, and I always do this. From my perspective, Norma, is it now just by association that someone or something can be dethroned, can be basically through social media? This could be a huge impact for Goya Foods, and I don't know if it merits that kind of response. That's my position today.
Yeah, but you know, Alex, this is the thing, and us Latinos pretty much we want to stick together, right? So if he's not sticking up for Latinos, for Hispanics, that's how people are seeing it.
Sure.
Because they're looking at it, he's giving these compliments to someone, like I said, who at the beginning I said he's wanting to build a wall. He's calling Hispanics, you know, murderers, rapists, etc. And pretty much, I mean,
he said some were okay. he did say some of us were okay.
Some, but you know, I mean, he hasn't had a really good rap sheet in regards to, you know, Hispanics of what he said, you know. And
President Trump, I agree.
And our origin, of course, is what, Alex? A majority of Hispanics is Mexico, of course.
Yes.
But it doesn't just stop there. You know, you've got people from, you know, Spain. You've got people from, you know, different nationalities.
Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador.
Colombia,
sure.
You know, so I mean, it's different.
No, we don't count the Colombians, Norma. My sister-in-law's Colombian. We don't count them. That's a joke, Miss Carla, if you're watching. I'm sorry. I'm going to get the nasty note.
You're going to get a nasty
I'm gonna
note.
get the
but,
nasty
you know, I think that's how people see it, you know, that why are you praising someone for basically that at the beginning didn't really have support? And look at also, too, when the hurricane in Puerto Rico,
sure.
You know, where Trump was getting a lot of, you know, there was a lot of publicity in regards to him throwing paper towels. You know, and people didn't think that was respectful. You know, he didn't help. I mean, again, he didn't want to help Puerto Rico, et cetera. And so I think that's the thing. But there's one more other thing, Alex. I understand. I totally get it. Like we all got to stick together, kind of thing. The only thing I'm concerned about is that with Goya Foods, they do employ a lot of Hispanic employees as well. And because of that, and that's any business, right?
Sure.
It's going to impact those people's lives, which I think for me, that's going to be hard, because I know we're trying to make a statement with this guy here, the head honcho, the CEO, but it trickles down to who else is it going to impact. So if we boycott those that work on the line, that just want to get a paycheck, that's trying to survive, that it's going to impact them. That's the only thing that I'm concerned in regards to it. I understand, about boycotting and everything else for Goya, but I kind of go a little bit more in depth of those people that are not in the hierarchy of corporate world.
I get it, Norma, and you're right. The consequence to a boycott is a financial hit on that entity. In this case, the call for Goya Foods to basically, I guess, I don't know what the boycott is. Never until the gentleman resigns. That's not the follow-up I've seen yet. You can go ahead and say, hey, you should really reconsider purchasing Goya Foods. That's what people are calling for. But how long does it go? Have they thought about the ramifications to employees, like you mentioned, to the economy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So these decisions aren't light decisions, Norma, and they can make a difference. Now, on the side of Robert Unanue, he has said, Norma, that, you know what, I don't need to apologize. That I'm the one here that has the freedom of expression, and I should be granted that right. And that continues to be his position. And that's the other part of this, Norma, tolerance. Are we not tolerant of other people's opinions, even if they disagree with ours? So the moment someone gets on Deportes Nation and old Uncle Alex says something they don't like, I guess they vote by saying, good night, buenas noches, I'm never watching again. That's a way to do that. But if we disagree with everything, or if we don't watch or partake in everything we disagree with, Norma, we might as well stay in our rooms.
Yeah, going back to the comment that you said earlier, Alex, that, you
were listening. Thank you.
I do listen.
I usually
sometimes.
put people to sleep, Norma.
Sometimes I do listen. But, what you said is maybe he's more doing this a political thing. Maybe he's trying to get more contracts. The one thing I did read about him is that he said that he helped Michelle Obama back in 2012 with there was Mi Plato is what it was called. And basically it was an initiative to encourage Hispanics and African Americans to eat a balanced meal. So he was supporting those initiatives there. And so maybe he's got that business political mind in regards to, hey, you know what? Whoever's in office, I'm going to help him here. Sure. And then now that Trump's in office, well, then, people are like that. It's all business, whatever they can do to get some business, and maybe that's where he's coming from. I don't know, but it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, Alex.
Obviously, it did, and it may leave a lot of Goya food out of people's mouths, Norma. Apparently. So, by the way, there's some comments, Norma. Apparently, your friends are watching. I like this comment, Norma. This is a good one. Norma, you look so cute. You look like you're 12 years old. And Alex looks like he's 68. He's aging by the minute in front of our eyes. That's from Lucy. Lucy, you're banned. I'm going to boycott Lucy. I've had enough of this. I'm going to send you a can of Goya. You look like a 12-year-old boy, Norma. I don't know how to necessarily take that.
Hey, she did not say boy.
I'm sorry. It's a 12-year. You're right. You're right. 12-year-old.
She said 12-year-old. I look like I'm 12 years old.
Like you're 12 years old. You're right. It's an optical illusion. We put a little filter in front of the camera. Yeah, you're right. I look like a 12-year-old. No, I look like a 75-year-old nun. Tonight. Mother Teresa.
No. Not even 75.
I'm sure I offended someone by saying that.
I think you're looking more about...
By the way, Norma, ratings are dropping. When you were talking, no problem. When Uncle Alex talks, ratings drop.
Yeah, that usually happens. I'm sure the producer's keeping track of it.
Miss Producer, yeah, everything's okay. Yeah. She's fine. She's fine. She's off doing something on the internet, Norma. Well, Goya Foods, what do you, ladies and gentlemen, think? And is this a proper time to boycott? And what's next, Norma? What Pandora's box are we opening? The left pushing, I'm using this politically, to punish a right-leaning business, at least because of the comments, is now go the other way, Norma. The right boycotting a left-leaning business because of association. That's, I think, the more problematic part, Norma. How far does this go? This could be the beginning of something that maybe gets out of control.
Yeah, and the thing is, Alex, with Goya Foods, I mean, it's family owned. A lot of the directors, the higher people up there are all related. I don't know if there's a board. You know how corporate world works, right? So I don't know. We'll see what they wind up doing. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they'll say, it is what it is. I mean, look at Papa John's.
Sure.
Where Papa John's, I can't even remember what the whole situation was, to be honest with you.
But Papa John apparently is out, and Shaq is still there. Right?
Yeah, right. I mean, the guy's not there. They took him out. Corporate, of course, decided.
Wait. They took him out. He's no longer there. People may be thinking, Norma, that they took him out.
No. I mean, they took his employment
out.
They
removed him.
They burned his contract, I should say, or whatever.
There you go. They made him take a retirement, Norma. I get it.
And then now they're having to rebrand, et cetera, and I'm sure their sales are up, especially right now with COVID, because people are probably ordering lots of pizza.
Maybe, Norma, maybe they're going to boycott Deportes Nation. I don't know. Maybe, hey, what's that 12-year-old doing with that old man? What kind of show is this?
Child labor, right?
Child abuse, apparently. No, nothing to laugh about, by the way, Norma.
No, child labor, yeah.
Yeah. There's labor laws. Norma, please admit your true age, 73, so people don't get upset. What is that 12-year-old doing at 10 o'clock at night? No.
I'm 25.
You're 25, Norma. In your mind. How's your goat, Norma? Your goat is good? Show us your goat?
Yeah.
I can't see your goat. You have to lean back.
I gotta lean back. Sorry.
Looks like
I get
wolf.
out of position.
Looks like a wolf.
Alex.
What, Norma?
Ay.
I'm not hating too much. Norma, so that's one topic of interest, the Goya Foods. Speaking of foods, Norma, I'm trying to learn from the young and hip and happening people, but apparently this has been going on for years. And I'm going to try to get it right, the pronunciation of what this is, because I frankly don't understand what this is. Norma, you're watching and you're hearing something called mukbang, okay? That's mukbang, thank you. I understand it's the presentation of eating and slurping and what I'm being told by my experts, ASMR. So a response that people apparently get from a sense of, maybe I'm going to use the wrong words, of pleasure in watching others eat food and hearing them eat the food. It's very visual. It's very auditory, if that's the right word. It's a whole thing that apparently has been going on for many, many years. I believe it started in Korea, Norma. And I don't want to use the word fetish because that's wrong here. I'm being slapped in the wrist by that. And it's men and it's women, Norma. And here's another one we found of a young man eating crispy something. And you hear it. I'm cringing a little bit because I don't understand it, Norma. Are you familiar with this? What's your take on this? She's laughing at me.
I am familiar with it. I was thinking about doing my own TikTok or Instagram or whatever your social media platform with this. I mean, the thing is, they have so many followers, Alex. And I'm guilty. I do follow one girl. She does healthy eating, and she hashtags.
This young man has nothing to do with healthy eating. He's just stuffing his face.
No, but there's different types of people, right? You get people who eat like different foods, like octopus and all this other stuff, and then you have people just eating normal, like fast foods, and then you have people eating like healthy food. The one lady that I follow, she eats healthy food, and I have to be honest. After watching her videos, she has gotten me addicted to eating sweet potatoes, like baked sweet potatoes, nothing on it, just bake it and eating it cold. And I've had a sweet potato.
Let's go back just 1 second. Let's go back just 1 second. Cold, plain, sweet potato.
Yeah.
And this particular woman that you watch on a video drove you to do that?
Yeah.
Does she have mind control, Jedi mind tricks on you, Norma? How did that work?
It just looks good. Like she eats it, and she's got her platter. She eats the same thing, and she eats like vegetables with mustard, right? And I'm like, I never thought about eating like carrots with mustard and broccoli with mustard. You know, sometimes like you want a different taste. So I like tasted it, and it's not bad. You know, it's like to get your veggies in, and then like the baked potato, I just started like baking it, and then I let it cool down. I've had a couple of times I had it warm, which is good, and then you just put it in the refrigerator like overnight, and then you just eat it. It's good.
Are you trying to tell me that if on Monday Uncle Alex brings his lunch here to the set, and I start eating it, our ratings are going to go up, Norma? Because I'll do anything.
Yeah, I know. That's what I told you, Alex. I really am thinking about.
And I'll eat in English and in Español. So maybe we'll get a bilingual.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And it's just really, you're looking at what people are eating. Like, you're like, oh, what are they eating? Oh, that's interesting.
Well, no,
I never thought about that.
I watch the Food Network like everybody else, Norma. And when they're presenting food, we all get excited. But this is different, is it? By the way, Lisa, who's watching us, her comment is OMG, and then she's got some weird green looking face. So to me, that tells me Lisa's not getting into this mukbang.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the thing is like you see people eat different stuff.
Sure.
You know, like the one lady, she's eating.
You want to watch it again? Norma wants to watch it again. Here, the lady with the noodles and the egg. There's the noodles. There's the egg.
She'll put like Kix cereal in it just to give it some crunch, and you're like, oh, I never thought about that. You know, it's just things that you never think about that you'd want to try, and I think that's what it is.
Wait, so you're telling me, Norma, that if I try something I've wanted to try and put it on video, whether it's food or anything else, people will watch me try things?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. That's like the Alex. We need to do one, but we do it in Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know, Norma. So there's the first video with the egg and the noodles. You know, I'm not judging this. I'm just trying to better understand it. I really am trying to just wrap my arms and my brain and maybe my chopsticks around it, Norma, because I'm not quite getting it. And she's like singing, and what I understand, Norma, is that the noise is amplified.
Yeah.
To bring up that ASMR, that extra sensory thing that comes with. Listen to that chewing, Norma. I mean, apparently that's polite. Apparently that's a thing. Now, where did this originate, Norma? You said South Korea?
I just South Korea. That mukbang comes from, it's a Korean word, of course. So
yeah, it didn't start in Mexico, Norma. We eat in Mexico, but we don't worry about videotaping ourselves. We're busy eating.
Yeah, we're too busy eating. I think we need to do one in Spanish, Alex. Seriously.
Well, what do you lady?
But we do authentic Mexican food. You know what I mean?
Like that.
Wherever we can get it from.
Uncle Alex.
I know I can't cook it, and I know you can't cook it. So
no, but I could eat it, Norma. You know, I don't need to gain any more weight, so this COVID has really gotten to me that way. So Lisa apparently will not be watching us if we do this, Norma. She wants nothing to do with this. By the way, ratings have dropped, Norma, since we started showing that video. So that was a bad decision, Miss Producer.
That was a good topic.
Miss Producer, bad topic apparently. Never show us people eating food on the show.
You know, maybe that's more of an education, Alex. So maybe people have never heard of it, and now they've heard of it, a new thing that's coming out with social media.
I'm not judging it, Norma. I'm trying to understand it. But you know, maybe we'll get into it. But we'll have a segment, Norma, where you come on and you cook for me and I eat.
No.
And you could do it every day around 5:30 and come over to my house. No?
We need a vice versa. You cook and then you send it over and I eat.
Someone needs to do this. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Apparently it's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing for Alex, meaning to watch that. I think I would probably focus in a slightly different direction. But you know what, Norma? To each his own. As long as you're not within the law and not abusing people, that seems okay. And Norma, what I was told by our research staff was that there are millions of hits, millions of people eating this. One theory, Norma, that I heard, and I don't know if this is true, that people who are alone when they're eating, because maybe they don't have anyone else to be with, to share a meal with, turn this on, and that's the way they share their meal with someone on a video. I don't know. Is that a possibility? I guess.
I guess it could be. I mean, again, there's different ones. You know, people like different ones, and you know, if anyone's interested, just search the hashtag mukbang and
Mukbang.
mukbang.
How do you spell that, Norma?
It's hold on, MUKBANG.
Got it.
So MUKBANG. So it's muck and then bang. It's one word. So yeah.
Now, Marianne, just a simple yes. That means maybe she's in. She's ready. Oh, I've got some food. Producer, go get me some food. I'll start eating spaghetti with meatballs.
Alex, there's not one in Spanish. I'm telling you that if anybody starts it, I've copyrighted it. You heard it here. I think we need to do what we do in Spanish.
Mukbang en español.
En español.
En español. Norma, I'm gonna need some tortas, tacos, and a few enchiladas, and then some flan. I'll do that, Norma. I know I get ratings.
Okay.
First of all, I'll probably get diabetes. I'll get fatter, but if it gets us more ratings, I'm all in.
But you got to make sure your mic, Alex, has to be close to your mouth so people can hear you.
So
too.
you can hear every single detail.
I'm sure people have never eaten like with you. I've had lunch with you before.
Norma, my family still my family still treats me like the kids' table. They send me off on my own, even though there's plenty of seats at the table.
I was gonna say, for you, you don't have to worry about putting the mic close. I think having it down here, you'll be fine because you do chew loud.
Ratings are going up, Norma. So apparently people want to watch Uncle Alex eat food. Mukbang. There you go. So we learned something new, ladies and gentlemen. That it's a thing. It's a trend. But I'm hearing it's been going on for many, many years.
Yeah.
But apparently it's something that's very, very popular. Lisa says no. Marianne apparently says yes. Marianne would be into that. So I'm kind of excited to see which way this goes. If you have your own videos, send them to us. We'll post them, right, Norma? We'll help you.
Yeah. We'll help you get.
Who's the lady you follow with the sweet potato thing, Norma?
Oh, it's health fitness. Oh, now you put me on the spot. Health fitness. Can't remember.
Norma, that's why you have a phone. You can look it up, Norma.
Well, I would love to, but I'm using it right now.
Yeah. You need more technology. You need your producer.
Actually, Alex, I sent it to you. Do you have your phone with you?
I do have my phone with me.
Yeah. I texted it to you earlier.
Did you?
If you look at that TikTok, it's got her name.
Okay, here we go. Her name is Haley Peters. Haley Peters.
Haley Peters. Yeah.
Haley Peters on TikTok. That's what this is. There we go.
So she eats all hers is not fast food. It's all healthy eating. So she and you can hear her crunch. Yeah, it's funny.
It is what it is, Norma.
She's got some good ideas, though.
Well, apparently, and how many followers does she have, Norma, or views to her?
Thousands. I mean,
thousands.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, forget the sports thing, Norma. We're just gonna start eating food. I'll eat, and you'll eat. No, I'll eat in Spanish. You'll eat in English. I'll eat in Spanish. You eat in English. And then we'll drink Cokes. Yeah. That's what we'll do, Norma. And we'll enhance the audio, and we'll get plenty of people watching.
Yeah.
I think it could work. Norma, let's get back to sports, because before the ratings drop too much, we should discuss a little bit of sports. And today, actually, it's sports related. And I've been waiting all week, Norma, for this, because to me, this is exciting. And we're going to let you go first, Norma. What we're calling our top 5, top 5 college mascots. Top 5 college mascots. And I know we've given it away a little bit. We've been teasing it. But Norma Morales, it is your turn. Please take it away and explain to us how you arrived at these 5.
Okay, I'm a little delayed on this one, Alex, so I apologize.
No worries, Norma. You can start with whoever you want. You can jump around if you like. But let's start with number 5, Norma. Close to the state of Texas, right? Just a little bit east. You forgot your top 5, Norma.
Because I had an issue. I kept going back and forth with 4 and 5, so I didn't want to say the wrong one, Alex. Okay. Number 5, I had Mike the Tiger for LSU.
No response from anyone. Just there it is. The LSU Tiger. I like the stripes.
The LSU Tiger.
He reminds me of Tony the Tiger, Norma.
Yeah, he does. And then number 4 is Izzy the Islander.
What is Izzy?
It's it's a bit like a masked Hawaiian looking Islander mascot. And I really, really liked it. I did visit Texas A&M Corpus end of last year. And I was like, that's a pretty cool mascot. So yeah, I was able to see that live. So yeah, I'd say top 4 for me. By top 4. So number 3, Shasta and Sasha for U of H.
Got it. Cougs.
The Go Cougs. And number 2, Bevo, of course, of UT. And then, of course, number 1, topper, Go St. Edwards.
And finally, we get to see the goat, Norma, because I asked you about this, and there's that goat. I don't know if that's a cute goat, an angry goat, a confused goat, but it's a goat. And it's Topper the goat or just Topper?
Topper the goat.
Topper the goat. Well, there you go, Norma. Your top 5. Not a lot of reaction from me, Norma. Although I was finally excited that Mr. Producer was able to find us a picture of Topper.
Oh, awesome!
Wow. What kind of goat is Topper? Do you know? Did you get that much into it? Like he's a Siberian, a Southern Siberian Baptist goat?
No, it's a Catholic goat.
It's a Catholic goat, of course. It would have to be. It would have to be at St. Ed's. I get it. Norma, it is my turn to go with Alex's top 5 college mascots. And we agree on a couple of these, Norma. Number 5, U of H, Sasha, and Shasta. They're, what did I say?
Shasta.
And Sasha. Shasta and Sasha. I can't even pronounce this, apparently.
That's what Shasta and Sasha. Oh
Okay,
gosh, now you're messing me up.
The little Cougars from U of H. Let's just leave it at that. Number 5.
Go Cougs.
Number
Go
4,
Cougs,
Bevo, Longhorn, University of Texas. Number 3, and my wife will like me because of this, Brutus Buckeye from Ohio State. It took me the longest time to figure out what a Buckeye was, and apparently, there you go. My OU Boomer and Sooner, they're ponies. Boomer and Sooner. Why are people laughing at me? Boomer and Sooner, my number 2. And my number 1, the Stanford tree, which you see on camera. It's just the Stanford tree. It's actually part of the band. It's not even an official mascot, but it's a tree. Stanford, the Stanford Cardinal, it's a color, not the cardinal like a bird. And their mascot is a tree. That's true. Look it up, Norma. I'm still doubting your goat.
Maybe they need to rebrand that one.
You think? No, it's so crazy, Norma. It makes sense. The goat, I'm not too sure about.
No, I'd rather have a goat than a Christmas tree, Alex.
I don't know. Well, this isn't necessarily Christmas. Yeah, it is a Christmas tree, isn't it? It's a confusing. I'm confused by all of it, Norma. But there you go. Oh, by the way, someone's chiming in now. They want to push the Red Raider agenda, apparently. They don't agree with our top 5, Norma. We need to sneak in their little Texas Tech, apparently. Show them your shirt, Norma. Wear it proud, Norma.
Yeah, you know what, Alex? Texas Tech, that's a good mascot, too.
Now, after you've been called out, it's a good mascot.
No, it's a good mascot. It is a good mascot. I like it.
I
mean, there's a lot. You had to pick the top 5, right?
That's it, Norma. So your top 5. So I guess now is an honorable mention to Red Raiders, right? Frank.
No, you know what? You should have taken the Christmas tree out and put Red Raiders at number 1.
No, not for me. Even if it's to please Lisa, we'll just we'll keep picking on the Red Raiders. By the way, Frank says to us, solution to opening up restaurants is by appointments only. That way they control people coming in and paid online.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand it. That's a way to do this, and everything may be by appointment only. You know what they're saying now, Norma, when it comes to appointments, or even in stadiums soon, it'll be, hey, even if you have season tickets, you're going to be only allotted maybe a 25% capacity. So it's going to be first come, first serve, or you're certainly going to have to, in one way or another, reserve your place when it comes to things. Yeah. So that's pretty good thinking. What is your favorite, ladies and gentlemen, college mascot? Obviously, Lisa's already said the Red Raider. Is there some history behind the Red Raiders? Like Zorro, right? I don't know the story behind the Red Raider.
I don't know either. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I may have to
I don't know.
I may have to boycott Lisa if there's something offensive to the Red Raider. Right? Right? And is Bevo the Longhorn a boy or a girl? And forgive me, I don't know enough about Longhorns.
Boy, Alex.
Because Longhorns are only boys, males.
Well, I mean, Alex.
Norma, I don't know.
Longhorn can be a girl or a boy, but I mean, it's dressed. It's more, I would say, masculine. It's not.
Someone's going to correct us. UT fans are about to jump in and be all over us, Norma.
No, I don't. Maybe there's a girl version.
Maybe. Well, my point is Boomer and Sooner, boy and girl. Sasha
Right,
and Shasta. Maybe I got that wrong. A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl.
That a male female. Let's put it that way. Maybe you look like a 12-year-old girl today, Norma. So maybe that's one of the. Who said that, by the way, earlier? I forgot who that was.
Lucy said that.
Okay, so Lucy, I think you do look cute, Norma, in your little hat and your St. Ed's goats shirt. No,
Yeah.
Norma, moving on a little bit, because apparently the producer's saying you guys got to start moving on and talking about other things. Another topic we wanted to discuss, Norma, was the need for kids to go out and play. Forget organized, forget what may be happening in schools, but it's time for kids to simply go out and play. And this is an important part of who we are as a society, Norma, who we are, honestly, as human beings, to interact with each other, get out there and run around. It's healthy for people. It's necessary for people. Even if it isn't at a high level, just getting outside and that social interaction is so important, Norma. And I think that's something that is going to drive us to try to reopen schools and other environments sooner rather than later, Norma, even if there's a risk that comes with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I understand, Alex. I think, being outside, going outside, not just for kids. I mean, for us adults too. We need to. We get bombarded, of course, at home sometimes, and we're inside all day.
Sure.
We got to go and get that fresh air, maybe a walk, maybe lower that cholesterol, and get some vitamin D. That's important as well. But I think that's for everyone. But for kids, yeah. You don't want them to be behind the computer all day, playing games, etc. It's good to get them out and get them running and get some exercise. So.
You know who has to run, Norma? Those mukbang people that were eating all that food. I have no idea if it's like an eating contest. Did you watch the hot dog eating contest in the 4th of July, Norma?
I did not watch it, Alex, but I could only imagine.
So, but that's not attractive to you in any way. That you don't want to watch that. But
when I see clips of it, I get nauseated because I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's just hot dogs. And it's like, how can someone?
No, it's hot dog. It's the hot dog and the bread, Norma, and stuffed with water and then stuffed down your throat.
Yeah, but still, and the thing is, Alex, it's a sport because these people train for it.
Yeah, well, Norma, I train for this, but I'm not going to be a world champion apparently. And shocking, I do prepare for this show.
Do you?
Yeah, I know. I know I come completely unprepared, Norma. But I try to be ready for what it is we're presenting.
And you know what?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
everybody's got to give you a clap today because
I got on the air actually 30 seconds.
On time. Yes.
30 seconds before air. That finally.
Yeah.
Norma, I was pulling on my pants last night, and that's what delayed me. At the last moment, I was doing that.
Right.
You can take that joke however you need to take it. It's after 10 o'clock. Norma, so there's our top 5 for the day. We've previously done other top 5s, but we want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for watching, what should we do next? What's our next top 5? Next top 5 favorite foods, maybe, Norma? Have we done that yet? We did stadium foods. But let's say we were to do a mukbang, Norma. What would be your top 5 foods that you would do? So let's say you've got $1 million contract and they want you to eat food with your hat on. What do you eat? What would be your top 5?
Oh.
Hot dogs?
No. Street tacos.
Street tacos, okay.
Yeah. Gosh, Alex.
Sushi. Norma, I could eat sushi all day.
Ooh.
Sushi
Well,
meat.
I can eat it, but not all day.
No?
Not all day.
No, I can handle sushi. Now,
I mean, anything. Go ahead.
Whataburger, Norma. If Whataburger were to sponsor us, trust me, we'll just make this Deportes
Okay.
Nation eating Whataburger. I could handle Whataburger pretty much every day.
Maybe there's some food vendors out there, Alex, that would say, "Hey, you know what? We'll sponsor you guys
Yeah.
and your mukbang."
My mukbang. We'll bring it in and then have it here. Again, Norma, to me, eating, even though it's a social thing, it's also a very personal thing. I don't think I could enjoy having someone videotape me, well, doing anything, but certainly not eating either.
Well, I mean, you would videotape yourself,
Well,
right?
I'm sure this is, well, I could.
I mean, but the thing is, like, for me, Alex, I would have to really watch. Like, I couldn't just do any foods because I would blow up. I mean, I probably would gain an extra 30 pounds.
More?
So I'd have to do that. I'd have to do like a little bit of a healthy version and maybe like on Friday have a cheat day, you know? Because, I mean, think about it. If you're doing that all day and you're doing multiple videos per day, let's say 2 a day.
Norma, you just eat and vomit and then you're done. No? No, sorry.
No,
Bad advice.
Alex.
Bad advice,
Bad
Norma.
advice.
Bad advice.
Bad
advice.
But,
I'm sorry about that.
I just can't eat that much. I mean, looking at that girl eat all those noodles, like, oh, that's just.
You want to see it again? Norma wants to see it again. Norma wants to see it again. She wants to see it again. Video of the day. Here we go. Apparently, Norma loves this.
No.
There we go.
I mean, it's.
Oh, I like the slurping, Norma. And then the coup de grace is she just drops an egg in there, out of the blue. But apparently, noodles and eggs go together. Osvaldo, who's watching us, thank you for Osvaldo for being with us, says, do top 5 moments in sports. That's a good one. We'll do that one next week. Top 5 moments in sports. There's the egg, by the way, the egg drop, Norma. Again, I see the cinema behind this, the effect of putting the egg with the noodle in, but again, I still don't quite grasp it, Norma. I'm not there yet. Maybe when Uncle Alex comes back 20 pounds heavier after the weekend, I can justify myself and say, you know what, I was mukbanging. No.
Oh, I thought you were already 20 pounds heavier now. You mean an extra?
It's just the camera. It's just the camera, Norma. The camera added those 20 pounds.
Oh yeah, the camera does add an extra 20.
By the way, the ratings are going through the roof, Norma, because of the egg and the noodles. So here's your job next week, Norma. Whenever ratings go down, have food ready and just please start eating. Start eating.
Okay, maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Norma, a little bit of MLS news. The MLS is back, tournament continuing this weekend. So I know I'll be watching some MLS soccer, some NWSL soccer as well. I know that'll keep us busy. And little by little, some more sports coming back, Norma. Like we mentioned, some other sports, unfortunately, and we'll go back to this, Norma, announcing that they won't be or they're modifying their schedules. And I wanted to bring this up again because the real question, Norma, is this. As you know, if football is not played at the university level, is delayed, is modified in some way, are there 2 things that are possible, Norma? Thing number 1, that the NFL doesn't start on time. Thing number 2, that college sports like football would be played in the spring. Is that a possibility?
Anything is a possibility at this point, Alex, to be honest.
True.
You know? So, I mean, they're going to try to be as creative as much as they can, I'm sure. I'm sure they're throwing ideas on the table to see what, you know. I think the last thing they want to do is really cancel, you know, but they're going to try to be creative. They're going to try to figure out what they can do. I mean, worst case, that's cancellation would probably be the last straw that they'd have to pick. So I don't know. I'm wishing for the best for them. I mean, they're having to make some hard decisions at this point with not a lot of information at this point for them.
Norma, help me out on the date. Today is what? The July, what, Miss Producer? July 10th?
July 10th.
July 10th, Norma. Many college sports, like women's and men's soccer, they start training in August, Norma. They start having matches in August. Some university student athletes are reporting in mid-July, end of July. So the time is here for universities and families to make those decisions because that's part of it. The other part of university, Norma, is online. A lot of remote learning is going to be happening. And I think that's one of the choices for not only college students, but for high school and elementary school, middle school kids as well. And I think those things are coming very soon, Norma, I believe sooner rather than later, most school districts will either offer a hybrid, Norma, meaning an option where you can go and or do remote learning, or frankly, they'll say, you know what, forget the school thing, we're starting off all remotely, because you have to organize. Right. There's a lot of pieces to this.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pieces. And, Alex, another thing that I wanted to mention when talking about this is that, even with colleges that are having to recruit players for, the following season, they're getting into a situation where they really don't know what's going to happen. They've been inviting players to, recruit, but then they've got to push it back because of course, the scheduling for, the sports, they don't know what's going to happen at this point. So I think there's a lot of unknowns, of course, for everything. And especially for, like I said, with recruiting for athletes for not this year, but for the following year. So
it complicates things. It complicates the current calendar, as we're seeing with the Pac-12 and the Big Ten and Ivy League. In a way, is saying, you know what, we're going to deal with other things, so let's just forget it for the fall. It complicates recruiting. It complicates, Norma, the business of and the many people that are dependent on this for employment. You look at a large college and university. Let's pick someone from the state of Texas, the University of Texas, Texas A&M, the University of Houston. It's not only the athletes, Norma. It's the entire support staff. It's administration. It's a layer of all the people that are working in the stadium. So it affects the industry. It affects a lot of people's livelihoods, and that's one thing that we forget. It's not just, hey, a bunch of college kids playing. We can live on live under that illusion, but it's much more than that. It takes a lot of preparation, a lot of time, and a lot of people, Norma. Like you mentioned with Goya. Yeah, go ahead and boycott, but there's a consequence to that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes we only look at the top, but we never look at the back end or behind the curtain of who else it can impact. There's lots of people involved. I mean, even with sports, it's not just the players. You've got other staff. You've got the trainers. You've got the nutritionists. You've got, the cleaning people. You got a lot of people behind, the behind the curtain.
You've got the Spanish language commentators, Norma.
And you got you look at the commentators. You look at the referees. You look at, the list goes on, Alex.
The list goes on and on.
It's just not the top. It filters down. So
the vendors, Norma, the people that bring in ice and popcorn and the hot dogs you love so much. So it really gets complicated. And what does that affect, Norma? Our economy, our ability to have a strong economy. So it's getting complicated, Norma. It's literally heating up because it's summer. It's heating up because we have an election. People are on edge. I sense that. They're uncertain. I know that. And then things, again, like the Goya food thing, which we started, Norma, everything's being politicized. Everything is being taken to the point of, well, if you're not agreeing with me, you must be against me, and now it's my time to speak up. I love social media, Norma. This is the reason we're on today, because of social media, reaching people, and there's a freedom to that, and there's a value to that. But on the other side of the coin, Norma, anybody now has an opinion, and anybody can destroy someone's reputation. As simply as saying, I don't agree with you, you're a blank, and I or you or us, can we label whatever? And if people believe it without doing the research or educating themselves, it can be hurtful. Yeah,
and it's not that other people can destroy your reputation.
Mine's already destroyed, yourself, by the way, Norma.
I was going to say, but you yourself can destroy your own reputation, That's the thing with social media. You can post something and think it's something great, and then you go, oops. I did it again. Right? Yeah, once you send it, that's what I tell my daughter with social media. I said, be careful what you put out there, because one day it's going to come back and bite you. So you got to be careful what you post.
Look, all of us are human, Norma, and all of us have emotion, and all of us are going to react because that's the way we are as human beings. Now, what I believe is that certain actors, I'll put it that way, not literally but figuratively, are taking advantage of that. They want that. They want that reaction. And in a way, we're manipulated because obviously, if we push the extreme and we're critical, and I say, Norm, I can't believe you're wearing that blankety blank shirt. You look like a blankety blank 12-year-old. I'm searching for a reaction. I want, and, I'm putting you down, and then someone, I don't know who, because you don't have any friends, will come to your defense. And then they'll say, what's wrong with you, old man? Why are you dressed like that? And, blah, blah, blah. And your toupee's falling off. But and that's true, actually. But my point is, Norma, we can't get to that point because then it's all noise. Then it's just stuff. And we never get to the heart of the matter, which is, you know what? At the end of the day, we have more in common than not.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I'm going to take my pill, Norma.
I thought you were going to say you're going to take your toupee off.
Well, if that increases ratings, I'll take my toupee off while I'm eating noodles.
You know what? I was going to say that would definitely increase. See, we just got another follower. Alex, maybe that's the way to go.
This young man has a toupee. So what I'll do is I'll do the same thing. I know that's a toupee. I'll wear my gloves. I'll eat the wings, and then the big finale will be me tearing my toupee off, Norma. You think that'll get ratings?
With your wing sauce finger.
Yeah, and then I get the wing sauce all over my toupee. Big finish.
Oh, I'm sure people would love that.
Oh, I don't know what they would love, Norma, but apparently, maybe in Korea we would be very famous.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. You never know, Norma.
You never know.
We'll be big in Korea. Norma, they're telling us it's almost time to go home, to wrap up for the evening. We can't thank people enough, Norma, right, for following us, for watching us, for putting up with us.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate your support, and our commitment is to keep doing this if hopefully people watch and maybe eat some more food on the air, Norma.
Yeah. Or maybe people out there want to send us food, Alex.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Send us some taquitos. I'm a little hungry right now, Norma.
You know, maybe there's someone out there that is selling like some kind of like
life insurance. I need life insurance too, Norma. So someone's selling life insurance. Because after I eat all those noodles, I'd be gone. It's over.
I want to make sure I'm at least part of that family beneficiary. Can you put me on there at least?
Just like my wife, you can't die yet. You just wait till you sign me as the beneficiary, and then do whatever you want.
Exactly. I just want a little bit, Alex. A little bit of beneficiary.
Un poquito, Norma. That's it. That's all.
Poquito.
By the way, all there is debt, Norma. So I'm telling you now. Don't wait for the big payoff when Uncle Alex kicks it. It ain't gonna happen.
No, but maybe there's somebody out there, Alex, that, maybe they make something. They're a vendor of cookies or a vendor of cakes. Or
you're making me hungry, Norma.
Salsa or
salsa.
Something. Maybe they want to send us so we could try it online.
That would be good. We'll try it live here on Deportes Nation. Norma, it's been a good week, a hectic week, but that's part of life. We heard about a NFL player earning $500 million. MLS is back. There were protests supporting Black Lives Matters. All kinds of things going on in the world of sports, the uncertainty. But a good week, Norma. And what are you looking forward for the weekend and for next week?
I'm looking forward for Monday, Alex, because we get retested for COVID and to make sure my husband's okay and he's in the clear. And then I get retested just to see if I'm okay still. I mean, I was negative on Monday, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, it's sad to say I'm excited to get tested again just to get out of the clear and out of the woods on this. So,
well, Norma, please know that we are excited for you in the sense of hopefully you've gotten over the hardest part, the most difficult part. And I know it can't be easy mentally, physically, emotionally. So we're all praying for you, and we really, really do. Again, want you to be in the clear, Norma. It appears around us, it's just going to become more common that people test positive. Now it's how we handle it and how we deal with it. So it's great advice from you that you've given us, and you're a great example of keeping us strong, Norma, because we're all going to need it. Anything else, Norma?
Yeah.
Today was your daughter's birthday, or is your daughter's birthday still, right?
Yeah, today was her birthday, or is her birthday.
Still.
I was able to celebrate it. My sisters called me on the phone, and We
On the phone, you
FaceTime.
have a phone. Okay, the old dial phone.
I was able to FaceTime them and get to sing happy birthday and see her blow out her candles. It was funny because, my kids had me on one phone, FaceTimed, and then had my husband on the other phone because we have to be in two separate rooms. So we were all there as a family, but at least we got to spend that quick moment with each other. Not literally together, but over the phone. So
modern times,
thank goodness
Norma.
for technology. Right. Thank goodness. Yeah, thank goodness for technology right now. So.
Absolutely. Well, Norma, thank goodness for you and being part of the show. And thank goodness to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us, for following us, and putting up with us. Give us your ideas. Top 5, top 5, as we call them. Let us know what you want for next week. And topics of discussion. Send us a message. I say email us, but that's old school now, right? They can message us or whatever, right?
Yeah, they can message us on whatever, Twitter, Instagram. They can make comments. We could still see them. So if they want to give us some suggestions, that would be great because we'd love to hear what everybody wants to talk about.
Absolutely, absolutely, we do. Y posiblemente hablar más en español, Norma. Apparently, the español thing is a hip and happening thing. So I'll eat food, take my toupee off, y lo voy a hacer todo en español. That's the new show.
That's the new show.
That's
Alex.
the new show. Anyway.
I'm ready for that one. I'm ready.
Yeah. Norma, great to see your goat. Show us your goat one more time. What's his name? Topper? Topper?
Topper the goat.
Topper the goat. Topper the goat from St. Edwards. Well, there you go. On behalf, by the way, of Miss Producer. Oh, our camera died, says Miss Producer. There you go. So I went to the wrong camera. Camera died. So she couldn't even get that right. She couldn't even get that right. We'll figure that out. So anyway, Norma, take us home. Take us home for the week. And also remind people that we'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, everybody have a great weekend. And we look forward to seeing everyone back on Monday at 10. Have a great weekend.
Ciao. Hasta luego.